Hey, it's Aaron. And this is part two to the video that you just watched. Um, Sorry for me kind of looking like a spaz in that video. I was really tired. Um, anyway, point that I was trying to get at is that you shouldn't get a four-in-one prosthetic. Y- You know, what ideally you would have a prosthetic that, if you're gonna be going on a road trip or whatever, you have that prosthetic it makes that you pack with, and it looks, you know packs the way you want. And then um it also, it's also an STP. You can use it at the urinal, or even in the stall with the toilet, and feel okay about it. um and you should have a separate prosthetic that, you pack with this prosthetic um when you're going out to a bar to, like hook up with someone or something, like if you're trying to pick up a date. Um and then this one can also be used for sex, if you want it to. Um but trying to have a prosthetic that does all those things, it will do all those things, but it won't do them well. And it because it'll it'll pack, but it'll probably look very obvious. And I mean, some people might like that, but if you but I don't think most people want it to always just look like they have a huge boner. And something else too is that it can be a bit harder to use a longer prosthetic as an STP. Um, and one that's designed for playing. It's gonna be long enough for playing, so that might make it a bit more difficult to be with. And if it's designed for playing, it's also gonna be made out of a stiffer material. Um, and so it won't be as comfortable in your pants, and like I said, it'll be probably a bit more obvious. And it'll be kind of heavy. It'll be kind of heavy, like in your underpants, and it might be a bit more uncomfortable. Um, so really, what you want to do, and this is what I do. I have a prosthetic that, it's an STP, but it also packs. And I've also got just a packer, just a regular packer that doesn't do anything. That, like, I'll wear that if I'm going shopping or whatever. Um, and then I've got a prosthetic that is used for other things. But to serve those functions, I have two different prosthetics instead of trying to have one that does them all. Because when you get one that does them all, they will do them all, but not as well as one as like having two prosthetics that each have their own functions. So, but that's just my take on it. I mean, maybe some people do have the four-in-ones, the four-in-ones from Freedom Prosthetics, and it works out great for them. I don't know. And if you have an all-in-one prosthetic that works out well for you, then great, more power to you. I'm happy that you found something that helps with your dysphoria. But from my personal experience, I've always found that it's better to have one for peeing and one for playing, and not to try and combine those two. Plus, it's a sanitation issue, and my OCD is all about sanitation issues. So, anyway, I'm reaching the end of my 5-minute limit. So, peace.